Good morning, everyone. It's me again. It's the lovely film show and TV series. We'll be talking about some films anyway. But, but, uh, I suppose football will be mentioned. That's enough. I wasn't going to have this morning, to be honest. I wasn't going to be bothered. But I knew that some people would be waiting, and I knew that the likes of me friends who were waiting to come on, I couldn't get them a message. Just not in the mood, to be honest, after all the commotion last night and whatever. So disappointed. But anyway, yeah, let's see before I bring Leon. Um, Absolute disgrace, the lot of them, says Yusuf. Will our new manager slot right in, or will he last just one season? Time will tell. Come on,
Morning.
how are you?
All right. Not bad. Disappointed still, but that's how it goes sometimes.
Yeah, yeah. I don't understand some pods that blaming Klopp. He's done nothing for us. I can't believe. I think they must be kids, young kids who've just become Liverpool football fans. They must be. Do you know what I mean? About 18, 19,
Yeah.
17, 18, 19. These are the ones. They must be. They can't be older supporters. They surely can't be. They
Eighteen,
don't have.
19 was possibly my darkest period as a Liverpool fan because after us being good, we suddenly went soonish when I was 18 and then it just went off a cliff.
Well, if you think that, if you get ready for next season, then going into old age.
When we last won that league under Kenny in May 1990, I mean, I hadn't even turned 17 yet then. I was like 16 still.
Yeah. Well, lads, dads, and detectivists, he says, hello, Frank. Still tired from that game last night. I just don't know what to think at the moment. I don't think anyone does, to be honest. And he carries on by saying, hello, Lee, how's things?
All right, mate, thanks. Not bad.
See, everybody now, we're all disappointed. It's the unfortunate thing that we're all disappointed. We really are about everything. Just a few weeks ago, we were all talking about a treble, possibly a quad. Remember?
Hmm?
Before we played Man United, a quad is on. But I said at the time, you think about it. I said that a season, the season before last, we were playing for a quad. And to come up this season, because he had a dreadful season last season, a dreadful season, because the midfield, the legs had gone. The legs had gone. And yeah, get shut. But anyway, this season, with new legs, we had to go. And I didn't expect it. I didn't expect that particular effort. And it was an effort. But what I don't get, what I just don't understand, just don't understand is this. Fans are now saying, I've seen other pods, their comments, and it sickens me. I just don't bother commenting anymore. We're overachieving. They never fucking said that, like a couple of weeks ago. They weren't saying that. Oh, we're going to win the league. These are the same people who say, we're going to win the league. Not one comment was said, we're overachieving. Do you understand what I'm saying, Lee?
Of course, yeah.
We're overachieving. Not one said it. Now, because, it's just gone down. We've overachieved. How come we've overachieved? We've won a cup. And another one said, Klopp's done nothing. Let's see what these lads are saying. Nightly FC. Morning, guys. Morning, Nightly. I think it's the acceptance that it's over I find odd today. Of course it is. And it's who we got beat by. That's hard to swallow. And Lee says, morning, Frank and Lee. I know this isn't football pods, but I thought I'd pop in and say hello. Hello, WizKid. And morning, boys. Keep your chin up. We'll go again. Still will not change my mind on FSG. They're no good for the club. Peter, yes, I know that. But you tried selling that to other people. Some other podcasters, they're unbelievable. They think that they're great. How? One podcaster said, if we would have put the proper investments in, we would have won a couple of more Premier Leagues and possibly one or two Champions Leagues too. That's what I said. And the podcaster said, no, it was just unlucky. We were just unlucky to get beat by a point. And I said, well, if we would have invested, like I said, into quality and brought them in, that 1 point, instead of drawing a couple of games to be defeated by 1 point, we would have won those games with quality. Now we're just unlucky. That was the response. And I just thought, fucking waste of time talking to these brain dead people.
The response about that is to wring me hands with anguish by FSG.
Neil Broderick, Baby Reindeer, Netflix, very good true story. Okay, thank you, Neil. Nunes always laughs when he misses sitters. It really gets on my nerves. He thinks it's funny. It's not. Everybody, well, not, on my pod, they say that, yeah. The smirk and the smile. No, I think it's nerves with him, though. When you think about it, you just go, and it comes out like a smile. As much to say, what do I do to score? What do I need to do? What do I do to need to score, if you know what I mean? If you try and get my drift. I also hate the way Everton cling on to any small achievements too. When they sing, you fed it, yeah.
I have to enjoy their moments in the sun in 18th place, or no, sorry, 16th place, or whatever.
Do you know what? If they're saying that they ruined Liverpool last night, it fucking wasn't them. It was the Crystal Palace game. It was the Crystal Palace game. It was the Manchester United game. It wasn't you. And mathematically, we can still win the league. We won't, but we can still win it. So therefore, any blues looking in or whatever. No, you didn't. You didn't ruin our chances. We ruined them ourselves against Man United, against Crystal Palace. Not you. You were just an afterthought. But you've got to give it to them. They were up for it. And I said, didn't I, Lee, the other week, I said when they were going through the games that they're having to be played left in the season, I said the toughest game for us is Everton. I said that. And I was right. Anyway, Frank, what's on the agenda for today's show? Films, everything. TV series. I just want to ask you, can I ask anyone if you're staying on, what was the last film you've seen and the last TV series? Just let me know. Let Lee and I know. Our Romanian friend. Hello, guys. Hiya, Ali. Hiya, friend. Neil says, even a 20% investment would have done. Yeah. You know the score, Neil. You know the score, like I do and like a lot of other people do. And I just saw Dutch journalists say we had open negotiation for slot and our opening offer is way below what Feyenoord wants. So FSG already trying to cut corners. They cut corners. They cut corners, Lee, was kid. They cut corners on Amarim. They did. They cut corners on him. That's why they wanted to get rid of Klopp. That's why they brought in Edwards. And they think Edwards is a big saviour. No, I didn't want Edwards. He walked out on Liverpool. Anyone who walks out on Liverpool can fuck off and stay off. If you know what I mean. They can go. I'm not interested in them at all. So, yeah, of course, he's a cheapskate. Is Slot. He's a cheapskate. And that's what you've got to understand. Other people won't. I'm going to give Slot a chance. What the fuck for? He's not going to achieve anything. Morning, Frankie and Adolf.
Morning, Daryl.
Yeah, Frank. When Nunes laughs, he thinks like that. How I missed out. Or how the keeper did that, how the keeper did that, yes. Says Ali Noose, yeah, absolutely. It was like last night, wasn't it, when he just hit that soft lad, Pickford, straight at him. It was easier to score.
It was tough, wasn't it? It was loads of old tough, wasn't it, that effort?
Yeah. Yeah. Daryl says, Slot the Sloth. And last film, Jurassic World, which was added to Netflix. I don't mind Jurassic Parks, mate. Says, Lee Wiskid, 12 Years a Slave, great film. That's with that. Chitwell, isn't it? He's got a funny name. You know, the black actor. Good actor, actually. But someone Chitwell. I think it's like that. Got a funny name. And the lad says, a great 12 years a slave is top. Yeah. But all slaves, I'll give you the quote. Man is born free, however, he is everywhere in chains. That's by a great French philosopher in 1774. Man is born free, however, he is everywhere in chains. Have you ever heard that quote before, Ray?
And loads of similar ones, like saying the same thing.
Lee says, Proud on. What's that? What's proud on? Prude on? Proud on? And Knightley says, the last TV series I watched on Amazon called Angel Headed Hipster, Mark Bolan documentary. Thought it was really good. Okay. Oh, right, okay. Roots is based on Edwards and Henry slavery. Could be. Joseph Prudhomme. If you're saying man is born free, no, it wasn't. It was Jean-Jacques Rousseau. Jean-Jacques Rousseau. Studied him. He was actually Swiss. He was born in Switzerland, but he was brought up in France. So I'd say that normally, a Swiss-born Frenchman. Swiss-born French philosopher. But couldn't be bothered this morning, to be honest. Say French philosopher. And Lee says, isn't that his quote? No. No, Lee, it's Jean-Jacques Rousseau. Look it up. I studied him, mate. When I was doing my little doctorate, I studied him. I had to. And after I quit playing slots 4 years ago, the only thing I need at the club is slot. Damn, to joke a bit. Yeah.
Good one. Everyone likes a bit of a slot, don't they? Whether it's the video games or like the betting. There's two types, and there's slot machines for betting, fruit machines, and then there's slot machines to play video games, isn't there?
Do you play video games?
No, but if I did I haven't played video games in 25 years now, nearly any. But if I went to an arcade,
I've got a PlayStation 4 you can have if you want.
I don't think I'll be taking it back up, mate, now.
Okay, no problem.
It was PlayStation I had it was when I first moved in this flat, and I've been in this flat 23 years now this June. So it was it's only about 21 years ago since I last played games, and it was FIFA LMA Manager season 2000, 2001. No, season 2001, 2002. Leeds got to the Champions League semi-final that year and were beaten by Rafa Benitez's Valencia. So it must have been 2002 or something.
You're not talking about games last time you played with games.
Yeah, that's the last time. It was 2001-2 season. And Leeds had
all you've got to say is they haven't played for years.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
That's what I said, and I was just saying how long ago it was, 2001-2 season.
You're going into something that's not irrelevant. That's not relevant. It's irrelevant. Anyway, Lads Dad says series with Sheridan Smith is called Cleaning Up. It's called Cleaning Up as Boss about a gambling addiction. Baby Reindeer is also brilliantly written and true story too. Darryl, not Darryl, I'm sorry. Someone Neil Broderick mentioned that about Baby Reindeer. Great Neeson film coming on Netflix tomorrow, says Darryl. Why don't you just mention it, Darryl? It's no use saying, a great film. I could say a fantastic film's on next week. You want to see it, I don't want everyone to watch it. You're supposed to name it. So you're saying that? Great Neeson film. Jesus Christ. Okay, now. I'm getting rhymes up already. Morning, guys. I'm still gutted about last night, but won't go on about it. Let's stay with film says Gary Lindsay. Oh, some sanity, some silly. And lads and dad says, looks good, that Darrell. I'd love to see him make a take of. No! Taken. The first Taken was brilliant. But that girl in it, acting like the first one, just watch it. And the way she acts, she was about 29 when she was. They said, we want you to play a 17-year-old. And she runs all stupid, as though a kid had running, like my 11-year-old granddaughter, if she was running to me. Yeah, I thought, fucking hell. But it was a good film with her out of it. It was a very good film. Then all of a sudden, she's, being a typical American, she becomes fantastic, like a heroine sort of thing. Fuck off, not having that. Sorry. But, it's whatever you like. Let's hope this one will be a slot machine, says Ali. He is the yeah. It's called In the Lands of Saints and Sinners. And Darrell, no, you won't. He can have it. The lad can have it. No problem. No problem, mate. He can have it. I don't sell things. I don't sell. I offered Jamie Phillips a top, a Liverpool top. And he said, oh, yeah, be too big. And he's never mentioned it. I said, send me your address and I'll send it down to you. And he never did. So, in other words, he didn't fucking want it. And do you know what? Do you know who it belonged to? I'll show you. There it is. I know. There it is. See it. Before Adidas was taken over. But anyway, that's the thing, right? And I said, you can have that if you want. Nah, it won't fit me. I said, oh, well, he said, well, all right, I'll wear it with pride. Never even bothered sending this thing. And that belonged to a footballer, one of our players. And I was going to surprise him who it belonged to. I was going to surprise him who it belonged to. Do you know who it belonged to? Hey.
No.
Have a guess.
Joe Gomez.
Who? No.
Joe Gomez.
No. Good guess though. No.
McAllister.
No.
I give up. Who was it?
Give up. 2 players you named. Virgil.
Okay.
Frank Carlyle, no, you won't. I'll give it to you. Been trying to get him. Oh, right down. My missus gonna get me an old PS1 so I can play the old games like Tomb Raider. That was my favourite game. Though. I first started playing that on, years ago on a computer. Where you see him running, you'd see a runner. Brilliant it was. And what was that other one? The first game I played was, it was like on the, you didn't buy it. It was already on the computer. It was like was like Alibaba. What was it? I forget what it's called. That was my first game. I bought a couple of other games, you know, about that when they first came out. I thought that the shit talk on why Liverpool don't class themselves as English, I think that was on. I think that it was on it, Frank. Thought that was really good. Short talk on why Liverpool don't class themselves as English. I think you was yeah. Was you on it, Frank? Yeah, that was the main man on it. It was the main man. He's coming to do another one with me. I've got a few things lined up in the summer, actually, which is good, which is all good about Liverpool. So I'll have to get my hair cut. I can't do anything with this. I've got a bad hair day every day. So anyway, I've been on a Phil Davis binge. Watch what a brilliant actor. Yeah, Gary, he is a fantastic. And so is that Phil Daniels. He's great though, as Phil Davis, a great actor. Totally agree with you there. Ian McKay, more than all, I've got a head like a army slot. I mean a short documentary, not a shirt. Of course you do, lately. Morning, Frank. Hope you are well today. And Lee says, Daz. Hiya, Daz. I was looking at those pictures, mate. Great what you did. Thank you for sending them through to me, Daz. Thank you. Ali says, I find it funny now. No point to be upset. The only thing I'm worried about is this slot. Random manager for us at this time is bad. This is what I think. No more experiments, please. Well, as that Edwards fella said, being honest, I don't support Edwards. Never. Anyone who walks away from Liverpool can fuck off. It's as simple.
Eddie the Eagle Edwards.
Yeah, Eddie the Eagle. Yeah, I think we ends up like Eddie, to be honest, like. But you know, and he says, I'm going to bring in someone that will upset the fans. He did say that. He's more than upset you, mate. More than upset you. The Neeson film is about an IRA bomber. I like Neeson as Michael Collins. I like true stories, you see. I like true stories. If you ever want to watch a true, if you're into that, watch two films. One is called Wind River with Jeremy Renner. Wind River. It's a cracking film, true story. And the other one, another true story, is absolutely brilliant as well. And it's on frozen ground. On frozen ground. With John Cusack, great actor John, and Nick Cage. It's really good. It's really, really good. Try and get hold of them. Great films. Lads and dads. Yeah, I know what you mean, Frank. With taking films, I think the first and third were good. Second one was crap. Exactly. So I don't watch, you know. I don't like follow-ups. I really don't. I really don't like follow-ups. The only follow-ups I like were the Godfather ones. Gary Rigby, Ken Dodd. Daryl said Trent. No, as I said, it was the other fellow, wasn't it? We're supposed to be going to the training ground today. And then, what's that? Get a ball signed. Oh, get a ball signed for my nephew's birthday. I cancelled going because I wouldn't be able to get myself moaning at the time. Jeez, wasn't that? Let's hit the like button, guys, to support the channel. Last night, 500 views and 30 likes. So bad. Thank you. Thank you. It's what it's all about, you see. And they just don't press a like for some reason. It's only to get the algorithm out there.
I must
And, go on.
Must confess, I've been awake since last night. I haven't been asleep. I've been awake right the way through till now. So I might be a little bit tired, but I'm all right for now. Is it all right if I just make a cup of coffee while you...
Go on, mate. Go and do it now, please.
Coffee, like.
You don't have to turn it off, you know, unless you want to.
I'll just tip so you can't hear me, mate.
All right, mate. Okay. And Ali New says, I played a lot of games in my life. I was a pro at Counter-Strike 1.6 long ago, playing in the pro division called PGL. Counter-Strike. Oh. Very good, Ali, lad. Very good. Lee, did you get it on? Do you know what, Gary? I don't know whether he did or not. I'm not quite so sure. And I did put it out the other night when you put it up. And Dean O'Brien, still not over last night, Frank. Yes, mate. In a few years' time, I'll look back and remember Dortmund. I'll remember Barcelona. I'll remember standing arm in arm in Madrid with my lads when we won our 6th European Cup. And I'll never forget the scenes and atmosphere outside Anfield that night when we won our 19th league title. Nights like that won't define my memory of Jurgen Klopp. Do you know what? Thanks for coming out with that, because there are some pods who are lambasting Jurgen. One fella said, what's he done for us? I can't believe some of them, you know. And that's why I'll never fucking go on another pod in my life, a different one, a different pod. I'm just going to have my own pod. I'm going to listen to some journals who I know. I'm just going to listen to them. But no more pods for me. Not one. Because they haven't a fucking clue. They haven't a clue. And they're saying, you know, about what got me, what they said, Dean, is, do you know the way we got all the, like, the trust in Hodgson and trust in Rodgers and trust in, you know, and all this crap? Hey, trust in. Now they're saying trust in Edwards. What the fuck has Edwards got to do with us? Well, I said, to be honest, with him coming in, Edwards, he's gone like that. Well, okay, I'm going to do, or whoever's coming in is not going to be a manager. They are not going to be a manager. They're going to be a coach. So therefore, if you dot the little I's, or they connect the dots together, what you've got is he's the manager. And he's just going to turn around and say, well, I want this fella. He's going. I want him. So therefore, he's the manager. And he's just going to turn around to whoever it is, the slot machine, and say, I only want you to coach. I only want you to coach. So who's the manager?
The slot stories are wind up.
What?
There's nothing in that. The slot stories are wind up. There's nothing in it.
What do you mean there's nothing in it?
Wait, he's not going to be our manager, him. just one of them things. They've chucked his name in to do our heads in. He's not going to be our manager him, and he's slot.
Daryl
way.
Merry. I'm watching the crazed Tom Brady. Do you mean Tom Hardy? I thought that was dreadful, to be honest. Online game, that Frank says keep it real. War game, innit? And Will P. Good morning, Mr. Carlyle. Good morning, Will P. I hope you're well. I hope you're well. Oh, that's great, that's to pop in. Thank you. Thank you, Will, if you're still with us. But I'll get hold of you later on and send you the message. Lads and Dad, I might start watching The Detectives from the beginning again. Brilliant writing and comedy. Mackenzie Crook's great, isn't he? What's the smaller fella called? Can't think of his real name. What's the? I don't know. I'll tell you the film to watch with Mackenzie Crook in, and I thought it was good. I thought it, being a historian, and like with colonialism and all this nonsense, and about the Crusades, Red Cross. That was ethnic cleansing on a huge scale of the Middle East. Huge. I've forgotten something, That's your fault, Lee. Anyway, it's called, this film at Mackenzie Crook. Stephen Graham's in it as well. Oh, these are like cameos. Season of the Witch. Have a look at Season of the Witch, medieval times.
Ron Perlman and Nick Cage.
Yeah, Ron Perlman. Yeah.
Yeah, it's good. Yeah, I like it.
Yeah, it's really good. So Lee gives it a thumbs up as well. Try and catch it. It's really good. I asked Stephen. We were going to his party, and I said to him, what was Nick Cage like? He said he's a great. What did he say? He's a great fella. He's a really, really nice man.
Can't believe that.
That's Nick Cage for you. But he's made some bad films lately. But he owed the money to the IRS, didn't he? And they just go after you. If you don't pay it, you're in jail. And he's been making just anything.
It's sad when an actor with a really good resume gets later in the career and they need the money because they've had bad business and that. Because lots of actors go bankrupt and that. Even really successful ones. It's happened to innumerable stars down the years. And it's sad when they have to take any outs to pay the bills, isn't it?
No, you're right. It's not to pay bills. It's to pay the tax man.
Well, same thing. You know what I'm saying?
I understand that.
Yeah.
I seen a girl now and then. I was looking at a thing called Now and Then. I forget her name. Stunning. So they show her then, when she was a TV star and whatever. Some blonde girl, really dropped down. And then you see her now, she's homeless. She's walking around with a trolley. You want to see her.
And she was gorgeous.
She said it's the way it is. Homeless, and she's filthy as well. So you can imagine what's happening to her as well on the streets.
For the grace of God, go I.
Yeah. A cafeteria coffee for me, please, Lee. No sugar and oat milk and oat milk. See, Lee?
this is just normal Asda coffee, but their normal Asda brand is quite good. It's satisfactory coffee. It's coffee. It's the last coffee I've got. After this, it's only tea bags for the rest of the show, cups of tea to keep me
Well,
awake.
I've got an. I used to have coffee machines. You see, I always give them away. I don't drink coffee really. Anyway,
I've never been into it.
I
You know the
always
way
give
people
them
are
to
into it. I've always been a tea man.
I always give them to my daughter, and she said, "It's hard. I've got more coffee machines than Costa Coffee." So anyway, but a mate of mine, Christmas 2 years ago, you know the American lad, Brian
Mm.
Fennell, he sent over a coffee machine to me, and I can't use it. And coffee beans. I'd love to be able to use it. You know, can't use it.
Yeah, we're hopeless us Brits, aren't we? We're
Yeah,
coffee
useless. Yeah,
amateurs.
it's just like the tea bags oatmeal and boiling water. That's what we like. Make life easier. A level of disrespect for clubs is shocking, say Lee Wiskett. Yeah, Lee, it is. That's why I won't be bothering going on other
Yeah,
pods
did you
anymore.
expect anything less? You know what I mean? And people
And I'm
getting
not having anybody on who winds me up again. You won't say it to me face. Love to have them in front of me, saying it to me. And I think that one fella comes on to fucking wind me up.
I'm I'm laughing about that comment of Gary's seeing so many toffees gloating today. It makes me sick. Well, let them gloat, mate. They're in 16th place. Let them gloat away until next season when they fight off relegation yet again, and we're right in the mix again under
I
the
can't,
new.
I can't understand them. I really can't because if that would be me, if I was in their position, I'd still be saying this is not good enough. Why can't we play like that in every game? If you know what I mean.
He got them a win at Burnley 1-0, didn't he? And he got them a win at someone else crap. They won at someone else crap recently. And it was someone really crap as well. And then they beat us. But they beat us at Goodison at least. At least they were at home when they beat us.
That's the first time they beat us since 2010, by the way.
No, mate, it's been so long. And my poor old dad was waiting ages. And I was horrible in the first half going, you didn't create nothing. We give that goal to you, which we did. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
It
And
was a
he was just,
smashing grab. It was a
yeah.
smashing grab. That's how they won it. It wasn't that they played us off the park or anything. They didn't. They didn't. And they parked the bus, by the way. If anyone thinks they didn't, they parked the bus all behind the ball. Anyway, I'm not fucking into this.
He didn't even do it that well. It was just that we were crap in attack. We were really weak in attack with Nunes, Salah, and Diaz was all right. But the other two were rubbish. And it just didn't happen, did it?
No.
More our ineffectual nature than the effectiveness at like ruffling our feathers and getting into it. It was just like we were so piss poor that and then we threw a goal in the net somehow, and we couldn't get back from there after we threw the ball in the net.
Okay.
Somehow.
Let's do some comments, Leo. Okay. As long as a new coach or manager that comes in stops this bloody zonal marking, I'll be happy. Mark your man, good old days. That's the way of defending, says the lad. And what's your honest opinion on, says Ali? What's your on Marino, Frank? Is he good for us? There's no way. I'll give you two things here. I might give you three. I don't know. There's no way Marino was being asked to be Liverpool manager. No way. Not even an interim manager. There was no way. And I'll tell you for why. One, he wouldn't have stood any nonsense from FSG, nor Edwards. He wouldn't have stood, and Edwards would have no chance of him saying, "Will you be our manager, mate?" And that's the very first point. That's the second point is He's been the manager of Chelsea. He's been the manager of Man United. You see, so he got no chance, not with the fans, not us fans, not us Scousers.
He's got too much
And
previous.
the third point is he signed a paper contract for the Euro 90s with, have a guess, Lee. One guess.
ITV.
But I don't think ITV are a newspaper. The Sun. The Sun.
I thought you meant he signs up for the next Euros to be like on telly over here.
No, I said he signs up for a newspaper for the Euros. That's what I said. Not a telly. Most probably be on the telly, but he signs up. So he's got no chance. Rather than Ali, rather than me answer that, would he be good? As I said, he wouldn't stand the nonsense. And we need someone like that. Klopp was like that. Klopp didn't like the nonsense. And as soon as he heard that Edwards was coming back, he said, I've had enough of this, I'm off. Because they didn't like each other. That's why he walked, Edwards. That's why he walked. To the contrary of what you hear on other pods who think they fucking know everything and they know fuck all. Believe me, they know nothing. Sounds like we're going backwards, mate, says Dean O'Brien. Wasn't it TV Williams who used to pick the team until Shanks came and Shanks told him, no, I pick the team and players we sign. The manager should always pick his own players. That suits might know. The suits might know business, but they don't know football. Thank you, Dean O'Brien. Thank you. Great comment. Great comment. They're all good comments. And lads and dads, Toby Jones, as if it says Frank. Toby Jones is a great actor.
Very good.
And I bet you, have you seen him, Lee?
Seen him in lots, yeah. I like him a lot, yeah.
I seen him in a TV show. Oh, who was he? I forget. It was a few years ago. Little mad thing on ITV or something like that. And who was it? He was the main man, and it was so funny. And I only watched it that time and just laughed. I'll tell you what it was about. You might rekindle your memory. I don't know, you see. And it was about lads who every year get dressed up as a reenactment for the reenactment of the English Civil War.
I think I might have seen that. Rings a bell.
It was not. If anyone can remember on the chat, these lads got all dressed up. It's not that funny. It was dead funny. I'll tell you who it was. And I love this fella. I think he's a cracking actor. Marsden. What's his name? What's his first name? Something Marsden. Eddie Marsden, is it? Eddie Marsden.
Oh, yeah. Eddie Marsden, yeah.
Fantastic actor. And he was the main man in it. And I'm sure Toby Jones was in it.
Yeah.
You see, I film I seen, and it was one of the most poignant films I've seen. Little British one with Eddie in it. It was only made a few years ago, and I forget the title.
Was he with what's her name, Olivia Colman, and
No.
Scottish guy actor?
No. He was a council worker in the office. And where he used to go he used to go to the people's, when someone has died and they've been on their own,
Mm,
no families, no nothing. And he
mm,
used to go to their homes, and um, obviously, they get sent for. And he was the main man to go around,
mm.
and he'd have them buried. He'd have them buried.
Sounds good. I love them type of films. It's real
Yeah,
life,
well,
isn't it?
I'll try and get the title for you, and I'll message you. I'll text you with the title.
Is it dark? Is it? Is it a nice dark film?
I'll just say this. I'll just give you the synopsis about it, and it's very, very, very poignant.
Poignant.
It's brilliant, absolutely. Eddie Marsden, great actor, is fantastic.
He was really good in Ray Donovan, wasn't he? As Ray's brother.
Yeah, yeah.
Terry, the oldest one, Terry, and then there was Bunchy, the ginger, wasn't there? That's a great
Charles
scene.
Reynolds, hang on, hang on. Frank, where's JK this morning? I don't know whether he's behind Lee's couch because he's not behind my couch. Is he behind your couch, Lee? JK?
No, there's no one behind there.
No. And I don't like, when you say, yeah, I'll see it in the morning or whatever. I'm going to ask you, Lee. How long does it take to say, or anyone on the chat, how long does it take to say, sorry, I won't be able to make it? How long would you think it take to do that? To text someone?
2 minutes.
Well, I could do it in about no less than 20 seconds. So you can imagine what I'm fucking thinking. Gary says, watch T2. It's better than Train Spotting. Recommended if you've not seen it. I never liked Train Spotting, by the way. I never
I
liked it.
like the second one that Gary said. I seen it about a year ago, 18 months ago, and Begbie chasing Renton was the bit I wanted to see. Wanted to see him catch up with Renton, like, and he nearly did. Well, he did. That was quite funny. Yeah, it was watchable, yeah.
I think Jose coming to the LFC will be similar to Rafa going to Chelsea, even though he won a trophy. The fans just couldn't take to him. I think it will be the same. Yeah, of course.
Yeah. They were made up when Rafa won them the Europa League, but they still hated them, like, you know what I mean? They really hated them for knocking them out of Europe twice in the semis.
It's not that. He got them a trophy, as Gary said, and he got them in the Champions League. And he got them in the Champions League as well. And that doesn't count, does it? Chelsea felt horrible.
There's not many fan bases that I love to load as much as Chelsea.
I finished my coffee 5 hours ago, of course, with milk and sugar. Best way, says Ali.
Oh,
Brian, what's all this about coffee? Come on, lads. Dad says, is that an LFC Cup, mate?
Gonna make a cup of tea soon. Follow up the
They
coffee.
finished their chances, we didn't, and that's it, says the lads, of course. I'll enjoy Klopp's final game now, then a nice summer break, bring in fresh faces, get a good pre-season under our belt and see how it goes, says the lad. Well, I hope I'd love to have your optimism because I am not looking forward to it. I support the team. That's all who I support, by the way. I support the team. That's that's it. I don't support the club because I don't like the owners. I'm being honest. The club is owned by Americans. No disrespect to Americans, but I just do not like them. I don't like them. They're feeding off us. They're feeding off our name. They try to they, they try to copyright our particular live event. It doesn't belong to Liverpool Football Club. It belongs to the fucking city. John Henry, fool.
What's next? The River Mersey.
Greeley reminded me of the mid-90s Liverpool getting bullied by Joe Royal's Dogs of War. Yeah. Well, he just kicked
and
us. Norman says, Morning, I received an email from Army Slot this AM. It's this. And my name is Army. Army Slot. I see you keep saying I work as a pimp in a Dutch brothel. Please stop, or I will get my lawyer Van der Woude on you.
I like the Van der Woude reference. That's a good one.
Do you know what I liked about Van der Woude?
So I was too little. I remember the music and I've seen it, and he reminds me of
No, you've said it. That's it. The music. That's it. Marino will fight, says Ali. Will fight them. He is that type of guy. But for me, as a fan, I only care about the club. If he comes in and wins trophies, perfect. But Jose is a hard man to work with. He never shuts his mouth. He's exposed, FSG. That's what he'd say, but he'd never get the job, as I said. Frank, Steve, how do we get FSG? Steve, you've got them for life, mate. I don't think anyone can get them out. I'm being honest. They're all phonies. As I said, when they came out in the November and said we're selling the club, and everybody was made up. They were doing cartwheels, backward flips. They were all doing ever. This is great. We're going to have this. Oh, brilliant. They're going. And everyone was made up. Everyone. And I'm talking about some podders, by the way. And this is why they're fucking phony and hypocrites. Because I said at the time, they will not sell the club. Can anyone see that they don't want to buy anyone in January when we were screaming out for players? Can't you see that? Can't no one see that? And no one answered me. And in the February, after the transfer window shut, John Henry came out and said, we're not selling now. We only want investment. You see what I mean? You see what I mean? And now the same podders who are going like this, yeah, well, oh, yeah, get out of our club. They're all like that. Oh, you know, they're all right. Look what they've done for us.
How hard do you think he's looked for this investment that was mentioned?
Not fucking much, because it means giving them money of the profits that they're making.
Yeah.
You see what I mean?
Yeah,
so,
yeah.
No fucking sense.
Because they want all the money.
No, of course. It's as simple as that.
There's no transfer money. You want all the money, mate.
Gary Rigby saw a son not sold here sticker in a shop window in Leeds, of all places, was made up at that. Yeah, it's great. And, give Everton the due. I know that we're all going mad over last night, but the Chelsea down at Stamford Bridge, they had a massive flag, a banner, not a flag, a massive banner with those two kids with 97 and one blue and one red. And I thought that was a great gesture. It really was, to show the world that we're united. We're united here in Liverpool. We're Scousers. We're united. And I thought that was a great gesture. So well in the Blues. Albeit I didn't like his last night. Norman, the name is Slot, Arme Slot, and I come not to play. No, you come not to play, mate. Do you ever remember that sign, Lee? That slogan? When FSG first took over? We come not to play. Do you ever remember that? Could you make any, could anyone make any heads or tails? I couldn't. And I'm a PhD. I couldn't fucking make any heads or tails of that. I just looked, I'm like, now what's that all about? We come not to play.
Well, you play the game, don't you? You play the sport, whatever sport it is. The word play is always used in association with sport being happening live. You know, such and such is playing, whether it's darts, snooker, football, baseball.
And I'll tell you another thing, shall I? When you're going down towards the Kop and you see that like a big Virgin and a few other players, you've got that LeBron James with a big baseball. What's the fucking giant picture of him with a baseball? Can you make heads or tails of that? I'm just going for something. Can you make heads or tails of that? Like,
not the amount that they're paying him. It's okay them having the association with him and that, like, because he's a big name. But the amount they're paying him sounds mad. If what's been reported is right, it seems an awful lot just for putting one of our shirts on, like, and having a few pictures taken. But you know, everything's dead there now, and it's to be associated with top sportsmen. Comes at a premium price, done at a premium rate. Yeah, still don't know any more about Arnie Slot and don't want to, so I hope that never happens. I'll be putting up with that. I'm not sure about what K-Mac said about Amarin, that he won't come because of what FSG did or something. No, what he did, and FSG got angry because Amarin did something, which I forgot already, which was like, I don't know, talk to a reporter about West Ham or something. And this has made it all bad now, but can't see that, like, can't see that it's over, or association with getting Amarin in just because of that one thing. But then it's FSG. They're always making a mess of things, aren't they? Pretty much like FSG making a mess of things.
who said this?
Me.
Oh,
He's saying about Arnie Slot, and like, if Amarin doesn't come because FSG got a cob on because Amarin spoke to a reporter about West Ham or something. That can't be the end of Amarin.
no, that's a load of bollocks. Okay, now if anyone believes that, look, there was no way. They wanted a yes man. People are not taking a blind bit of notice of what I'm saying. Edwards has come out and said he only wants a coach to coach the players, not to manage the club. That's what he said it. I'm not saying, it's not coming out of my mouth. I'm making these things up. He said it. So that means if I hired you, I'd just say, all as I want you to do is to manage, is to coach the players. You're not going to buy any players. I do that. And if I want to get rid of players, it's me who gets rid of them, not you. You just coach. That's what he wants. Do you think Xabi would have wanted that? You've only got to look what he did. As soon as he went like I took the job, what FSG, they bounced down to him and said, yeah, well, you'll have overall control of everything and other franchises. So he said, yeah, okay, that'll do me. That'll do me. And what did he do? Who did he appoint? Some fella named Richard Hughes from Bournemouth, because he's his mate. And he's going like that, phones him up. Do you want a job? Do you want to come up to Liverpool? And he's gone, whoa, yeah. He said, you'll be all right, mate. And what about my other two mates who's with you? Because they're all mates.
Imagine if we did announce Arnie Slot right after the season ended. How many
he's
players?
He's getting announced tomorrow. See, at the time, I thought we're going to have Bournemouth's manager. This is the same Hughes who bought Solanke for 20 million quid. I couldn't believe that. This is the same manager who bought Jordan Ibe for 17 million. The same, not manager, thing.
Sport director.
And the same fella who bought Adam Smith. God knows how much they paid for him. The same fella. And he's our director of football. Think about it. And no one thinks about that.
It's not a great CV, is it?
And if you think that Slot has pulling power like Klopp, then if you think he's got pulling power like Klopp, no way. No way. So Mbappe will never come to Liverpool with Slot. Mbappe, Jesus Christ. Football is now a business fair. Sport next. Football for the fans is dying. Yes, Steve, it's always been a business. We're a shelter buy club, meaning whatever you sell who's got a retail price, they take a profit from it for their shareholders and for the back pockets. And then, well, you can use that money to buy, if you know what I mean. So, good morning, Frank and Lacey. It's John Conway. Good morning, John.
Good morning, John.
It was called My Grandparents' War. Whatever you was talking about there, Lee. Right, I'm going to go right through these. Steve says, rumours are coming out of Portugal. FSG refused to pay Amarim release clause. I know that. And give him a say in players in and out of it. I've just said that. Chelsea now after Amarim. There you go. There you go. There you go. Sorry, I can't make it. 15 seconds max. Thank you, Steve. Thank you. That's all it takes. That's all it takes. That's all it fucking takes. 20 million for Amarim clause, 14 for Slot clause. Wonder what's better for us, but I will hope till last moment that we will sign De Zerbi, like him a lot. So that's Ali. Thing is, there's no chance. I think he's going somewhere. De Zerbi. I think he's going somewhere. Go ahead. And Steve says, FSG shopping at the pound shop to replace Klopp. We should be shopping at Harrods. Absolutely. I said on someone's pod, or I don't know what I said it on. We've gone to the corner shop now We used to go to the corner shop for their players. Now we've got for a manager. That's a good one. We should be shopping on Arabs. We are kings of England and European royalty. Absolutely, lads. Absolutely. Telly, a movie podcast turns into footy one. See you, bommy night. Yeah, see you, stay. See you, stay. You could have come out though, stay, and said, what films or what series, because he's like myself, stay, about things. Anyway, it's just a business to them. They don't care about football or they never cared about the city, mate. Does anybody ever remember a leaked email by John Henry? Came out of his office and it said, I have to travel over to that shithole Liverpool. Does anybody ever remember that a few years ago when he tried to deny it? He said, oh, it must have been someone in the office messing about. Does anybody ever remember that? He's got to deny it, hasn't he? Klopp was given 85 million for a striker and spent it on a guy who hits most of his shots straight at the keeper or else misses the target completely. Who are you talking about, YouTube name? Listen, YouTube name, what's your name, mate? Because we know all the lads on here. FSG only interest in LFC is increasing the club's market value, which increases their profit margins. Most of the fans refuse to accept. Of course.
You leave a foul smell behind them wherever you go, FSG.
I'd love Steve to answer this YouTube. Good job, Steve's not there. Klopp was given 85 million. Yeah, okay. And what did he do? Well, sorry, YouTube, honestly. Didn't Michelle to get a Darwin? Did Michelle any players to get him? You never just, and we haven't even paid for him. We still owe for him. That's why he's missing. Don't score, we'll have to pay more for him.
We not paid 15. I think we paid 70 of it, have we?
I forget how much.
Or 75.
I'm off to St. John Henry's yacht, says Steve. To be honest, Frank and Lee, it's not just the way they run our club. For our principal owners not to be at Anfield for the Palace game to pay respect to the 97 is unforgivable. Look, listen, Norman. Why do you take? I used to always go up to Anfield for the memorial, and it was the last time I seen the great Anne Williams. The great Anne Williams. The great Anne Williams. And Anne died 3 days later. Without her lad dying and without Anne's fight, there'd be none of this today. Did you know that? She went to the European High Courts to say about her son, Kevin, to see about it, to tell the world about her son. And she got the campaigns going. And in collusion, some of the campaigners, because they're split now, campaigners who I don't support, by the way, said, okay, John Henry, because he didn't want the memorials, future memorials at Anfield. He didn't want them there. He said, can he go somewhere else? Can they go somewhere? That's what he said. And this little one, I won't mention the name, said, oh yeah, okay, John. The same one who wanted a fucking opera. An opera about the 97. Well, it was the 96 then. A musical, not an opera, a musical. Same one said, we've got to forgive and forget. And she was talking about the fucking son.
Can't forgive them words, can you?
Makes me sick. Before that, got a few gigs to go to, says Steve Evans. Before you sink the yacht. Our owner needs to concentrate on us, Liverpool FC, and us only. No, he's a big golfing thing, and he loves the NFL, and he loves the ice hockey and baseball and netball or whatever it's called. He loves all that. Look, it's not an American sport. He's an all-American boy, as John Henry, the Pratt. You know, when people say about Henry and all this, I've shook his hand, spoken to him.
Did you have a wet wipe?
And you know what? And other as well, Lee, you know, I've never been to Anfield. He might go once in a lifetime. Do you see what I mean? And they're giving fucking loads about we trust in Edwards. Trust in Edwards, we trust, you know, and all this crap. Frank Lee, FSG propaganda machine is yes. They have the fan base to claim top four as success. Yes. I see through FSG lies and deceit and spin. And spin, Steve, you've got to mention the spin they come out with. Never trust hedge fund business guys. Their only interest is profit. Absolutely. That's what they are. They're all hedge funders. Yes, but FSG come not to pay. Yeah, I see. Yeah. They did come not to pay and not to play.
Yeah.
So it could have been a play on words. That big thing. We come not to play.
Yeah, there's an acronym for you, FSG, for spending grudgingly.
Yeah. Frankly, if FSG get Klopp replacement wrong, sell Trent, and we finish mid-table next season. Will fans turn on FSG?
I don't know about how many will, but I've already turned on them. I turned on them ages ago, mate. Can't wait to see the back of them, but it's going to take time before like someone can afford to buy us. It's like Man U, innit? They can only afford to buy like crap clubs that like have got nothing, like Newcastle. You know what I mean? Or Chelsea. Chelsea and Man City were both the same as Newcastle. They were going nowhere and had never really been anywhere ever. All three clubs had had a tiny bit of success like a long, long time ago. But yeah, they're the ones that the Arabs buy, like for 2p, and then put loads of money into.
Didn't this happen under Rafa when someone got in the likes of Robbie Keane, who Rafa didn't want? Not sure if there was any others. Pennant maybe. Asidi. Yeah, you're right. He didn't want Robbie Keane. He didn't want him. But it was someone, I don't know who it was. I haven't a clue who it was. Rafa stood no nonsense, by the way. but that was under Hicks and Gillette. And Frank, I'm staying over in the city, and during the first, would it be possible if I visited you with my George Scott book that you and him could sign it? Then I will pay for you to send it back after George signs it. Of course, yeah, come and visit me. Be nice. Be nice to see you. I'll try and get George down actually. When you come down. It'd be better if you come on a Thursday, because George goes into town every Thursday, and he pops in to see me. Or, if you come down and whatever, I'll just ask him, I'll just say, will you come down and sign this lad's book? And he will, because he's like that, George. I don't know what happened to him last night, because Jason got hold of me. He said, what happened? I said, I don't know. It's like JK. I don't know what happened to him today. So, yeah, Norman, anytime, mate, no problem. I'll get you my address. Steve 25 was not fully on board with your opinions at first, but must admit you are speaking sense, Frank. Oh, thank you, Steve. Is that about films and TV series, or is it about everything else that we're talking about? Thanks, Steve. Appreciate that. Edward's getting in jobs for the boys. Exactly. The mates. Do you want a job? Yeah, no, do you want a job at Liverpool? I've got the Liverpool job. Do you want a job? This is what they're saying. Can I bring the two lad? Yeah, they're our mates of ours. Yeah, bring them up. And as I said, it wouldn't have surprised me at the time that we get their manager. That's why I said when they came in, we've got the Bournemouth boys. We've got the Bournemouth boys. Think about it. Bournemouth. And this fella Slot. It's just getting worse. It's not fair on any manager to be judged on other people's signings. I prefer boss to bite players. Yeah, the boss, of course. Mikey Lees, good morning, boys.
Morning.
James Doherty, Mr. In-Between is a smashing TV series. I used to watch the In-Betweeners. Does anybody ever see that? The In-Betweeners?
Yeah.
I was one of them. Me. Honest. I was one of them. Fantastic. And you think of the other fellas being like, yeah. Absolutely. And I used to watch the first series of Plebs. That was dead funny. Plebs, the In-Betweeners and Plebs. Unbelievable series. Did you know what Plebs was about, Lee?
Rome.
Yeah, but modern day language. Dead funny. And they had a slave, didn't they? He had a slave, and he was the only slave in the known world who didn't do any slavery. It was the owner who was doing the slavery, doing the kicking and everything. Tidy enough. Absolutely brilliant. Mr. In-Between is a smashing TV show and series, says James Doherty. I've never heard of it, to be honest. Paul Turner, morning Frank, morning Lee. Need some therapy this morning after the night before. Glad I've caught you. You're glad. Should have heard us before. YouTube name, Nunes fee is 85 in total, yet we know that
When we've paid it all, which I think we have paid most of it. Like, I think we paid 75 of it at least.
And LFC, I don't know, there he is, yeah. What a show last night, yeah. Absolutely. Absolutely. The real Iron Lady. Yeah, that when we were talking about Sam Williams, thank you for saying that. The real Iron Lady, yes. And Phil Scranton, yes. Now that's a legend, absolutely. Absolutely. See, people, not being funny, but people outside Liverpool, I couldn't believe some of the pods, on the 15th of April. And I'm sitting there like that, put them on. Not one at the Eternal Flame on their thing. Not one mentioned Hillsborough. Not one. I've got no respect for them. Not one. Not one at anything. That's what shows you outside. Think of us. They haven't a clue what we go through. Haven't a clue. I was in a terrible state that day. The 15, every 15 gets to me. Every 15. So when you throw on these podcasts and they've got nothing there, bite my hands with them because they haven't a clue. And these are the same people who say they give Slaughter their chance, and can't even think what I'm saying it. And in Edwards we trust. These are the same people who haven't a fucking clue what we survivors go through every 15th. And I know lads who actually took their own lives, and that's only in the last few years as well. Good lads who couldn't take anymore. What is our YouTube? My point is that we have a big problem if that's our strike issue. Of course we have a big problem, YouTube. Of course we do. Of course we do.
One of the big problems we have is that Jota gets injured a lot, because we wouldn't be that bothered about Nunez's crap form if Jota had been fit. But,
and this is the problem with Jota as well. He comes back after injury and he has half a game, then another game, gets injured.
He does get nailed a lot. That's what put him out when he got nailed at Brentford. That guy landed on his knee on purpose when he fell.
Oh, of course.
He could have landed lower down. I was in one of the local pubs watching that, and there was an Evertonian fella sat next to me. And I went, he bloody done that. And he went, oh, you're going too far there, saying that he actually intended to land on his knee. And I went, you could see he was looking, and he stretched himself over to make sure he landed bang on top of Jota's knee. And Jota, 2 months that was then. And now he's just come back from 2 months, and now he's 2 weeks. And in 2 weeks, it's finished anyway, so.
So if we watch it again, I told you to watch the highlights. I think I told you, and you see how he got injured, and it was another fella jumping on his fucking leg. Think about it. I know. Now FSG would rather spend on the Red Sox team, of course. They love their ice hockey, baseball, and WWF over there. Not much soccer, as they call it. Point is the Red Sox fans, they don't like FSG. They don't like. Frank and Ray still says the Redbirds still sick. Yusuf. We were meant to get David Villa. Instead, we got Robbie Keane. That's right. That's absolutely right, Yusuf. Because that's who we went after, Rafa. David Villa. And that's why he didn't want Robbie Keane. No, he's a bit cheaper, get him. He would have been great for us, Via.
Him and Torres together.
Oh, jeez. Well,
Imagine
they were
that.
the main men for Spain, weren't they?
Mm.
So good point there, Aaron. And you, sir. Yeah, smashing. Well done. Okay, I'll be in touch. Thanks, Frank. No problem. No problem, Norman. Be good. Be good to see you. Aaron says, Frank, in my opinion, since Klopp has had more to say on transfers, our transfer record hasn't been nearly as good. I back Edwards taking over the transfers again. Aaron, do you think, people are always keep saying, oh, look, he brought in Ali and he brought in Verge. They were targeted by Klopp. Do you know that?
Mm.
They were targeted by Klopp. Not him. He said, go and get them. Go and get them. And he did. Not Edwards. Very surprised that you're at him. Very surprised. But, your opinion if you think that. Your opinion, mate. Edwards bought Karius, Grujic, Adrian, Klavan, Solanke, Keita, Shaqiri, Oxlade, and Minamino. Yeah, Aaron. You can't just say you're made up with him. I'm not. He walked out of Aaron. He walked out of my club. Told me and everybody else, you as well, to fuck yourself. Go and fuck yourselves. I'm out. That's the way I look at it, lad. Anyone who walks out of my club, they can fuck off and stay out. And Steve says, LFC have paid 70 million so far of Nunes fee. And Steve says, Yossa Hughes, legends of Liverpool. Yeah. Edwards also brought in Kabak Davis, so let's stop this Edwards transfer genius crap, says Norman. Thank you, Norman.
Yeah, it's going too far to say he's like, transfer.
Genius, yeah.
Going on, you know what I mean?
It's a joke.
Far, like, innit? Even in fair, innit? Never mind flat out saying it.
Yeah, absolutely.
In a place where other people can overhear you.
Unfair Rap and Redmen TV both paid respect on the 15th, but of course they are both based in Liverpool. Yeah, but I don't follow them. Being honest, I follow others because I don't like that Unfair Rap. I just don't like them at all. They're sitting there, look at us, with all this fucking crap. I can't be arsed with them. And you're right, I had to look at others. But you're right, they had to, because the Scousers. I wish I could go back and show you my tribute to the lads and girls. I'll tell you who was impeccable, by the way. I'll tell you who was impeccable. And I've got to give them, respect.
Palace,
back. And it was
Palace
Crystal Palace fans.
Mm.
Perfect. So great respect to them lads. Who, and women who, if they were there at the game, stood there, silence. It was the 97 who perished, but it was so many more who suffered. Me, I suffered. Still suffering now. Everton have a plaque in the Park Road, and remember in the 97, I saw them on a video laying the red and blue flowers down. As I said, they were down at Chelsea, but I'll never forget when all the painting and everything else, the daubing of the memorial. Does anybody ever remember that?
Mm.
By the Blues, unfortunately.
Mm.
That was shocking. Shocking. Blasphemy to me. That. Sorry if some of my words are full or different. Bloody autocorrect. We wanted both David Villa and David Silva. Yeah, you're right, Aaron. You're right, mate. You're right.
Rafa knew, didn't he? All the top Spanish
My
talent, but
phone's gonna get.
He wanted David Villa, then he wanted David Silva. Could have easily had them if we'd have had the money, you know what I mean? They'd have come to us in a heartbeat to play for Rafa, but we just didn't have the money, so our rivals bought them. And that's the way it was. At least David Villa, we didn't have to watch him playing here like we did with David Silva, having to watch him play for Chelsea. But yeah, David Villa, that was like, even from a distance, that was I saw one that like we went in for him. Allegedly, Rafa was interested in getting him around the time we got Robbie Keane. But you'll never know if it's true, like, but that would have been good, wouldn't it? Like, because he was a brilliant forward. We wouldn't have had him for long, I don't think, before he'd have probably been so, like, do you know what I mean?
Every time my phone goes, and it only goes a couple of times, and I just get to it, swipe it, that goes up. Yeah, could have been Slot offering me as a job as assistant. Slot and Carlyle. It would have been Carlyle, Slot. That's a good point there about David Villa and Silva. Absolutely. And that's who we ended up with, Robbie Keane. If the Red Sox fans don't like them, then I'd call them spoiled, because it wasn't long ago we were moaning about FSG buying a player for 200 million, and we had to scrape the barrel for Kabak. Yeah, they did. They spent 240 million on a baseball player, while we were screaming out for money to buy players. But they still don't like them. I'm telling you now, I've got friends who say it, and one lad, he was going over to Boston with stickers saying FSG on in Boston, sticking them around. And he was talking to their fellas in bars and everything else. And they were amazed that someone came over, a Liverpool fan, to do these things. They were amazed. Going, wow, they're on our doorstep, and you come all the way from England across the Atlantic. Steve says, we were supposed to get Bellingham and ended up with Gravenberch. FSG taking the cheaper option again. People won't believe. I was arguing on my show last night that Bellingham wanted to go to Real Madrid. I just shook my head and went, fuck off. And so, they think that they know everything. They know, fuck off. It's amazing. And you go like that, hang on a minute. Hang on a sec. I know, he said, I've got a mate who plays football with Bellingham's dad. And he wanted to go to Real Madrid. And I didn't believe that for 1 minute. Because it was well known that Bellingham's dad was up here with his wife, Bellingham's mother. talking to Liverpool. I know that for a fact. And Klopp turned around and he said I was humiliated. Humiliated when I had to turn around and said we can't buy it. Can't buy your son. And they're trying to tell me that he wanted to go to Real. Yeah. Okay. Right.
Yeah, Yusuf's right there. City's current owners wanted to buy us, didn't they, initially? And then it all went.
Yeah. And I'll tell you for why. I was on LFC TV in a documentary with Tommy Smith, and John Keith was the front man. Do you know John Keith? Have you heard of him?
Yeah, like John Keith. Yeah, he was a good.
Brilliant. Brilliant he is. And he told me, Tommy Smith told me what had happened. Why? I said, why did we shelter these people, these Americans? Why didn't we shelter DIC, Sheikh Makatoum? He told me. Told me why. And it wasn't Rick Parry's fault either. It was David Moore's.
What you said there, you told us this the other day. This is just
And all
unbelievable.
man fed up saying, go on, I'm sorry, like.
It's just unbelievable, like how petty it is from. I mean, hasn't Moore's ever been like anywhere? I know it was like a big thing to him, but just for a visit because of that, sounds dead petty, like. But
Well, I think, it's like, honestly, it's like you. If you're selling a television, for example, and, the fella pays you and takes it away, you're not going to go around to the fella's house and knock on the door and say, can I watch me telly, please? Can I sit down on your couch and make me a cup of tea and give me a biscuit to watch my telly? He's going to turn around and say, it's not your telly, mate. And no, you can't. No, piss off. See what I mean? And what it was what Rick said. And he said, he said to the Sheikh's advisors, what about Mr. Chairman? Well, there's no need for him to come over. It's just you to cross the T's and dot the I's. And you're coming back with us on the Sunday, so we sign on the Monday. And he went, oh, okay, what about Mr. Chairman? He said, well, don't need him. He's redundant. So that's what I mean about the telly. It wouldn't be David's club anymore. It'll belong to the new owners. But I think they were actually keeping him as chairman, believe it or not. They said, you can be chairman in name only.
Mm.
And he didn't want, I wouldn't know. I've got hold of Gillette, because it was only Gillette who was going around the English clubs saying, they went to West Ham first to try and buy West Ham and Aston Villa, and they said, where's your money? And he went, well, we'll have to borrow it. And they told him, and Liverpool, they told him to piss off. Then Moore's got up back hold of Gillette. He said, can I bring a partner in? He went, yeah, bring whoever you want in. He said, well, all right. Just offer me 11 million more, it's yours. What about DIC? Never mind them. Just offer me. And that's how we were sold. FCL, and I think Linders has had too far much to say on transfers. Yes, he brought in both Gravenberch and the other fella. He brought in Gravenberch and Gapco. That's who they brought in. And Tactics Mover, the last couple of seasons, says LFC, Adam. Steve, There have been successful and failed signings between Klopp and Linders and Edwards and Co. Of course there have. But don't give Edwards all the credit of being a genius. He isn't. You've got to believe that.
He's far from a genius.
Yeah, but people are starting to follow silly pods and getting on the band like, oh, he must be right, mustn't he? Oh, yeah, he's a genius. Bonkers. It's bonkers, but Ryan Babel sends warning to Arne Slot. Apart from Klopp, I understand that at least 40 more people within the club are leaving, from kitchen people to staff and analysts. Think about that. That's our Ryan for you. Arsenal fans are great at Anfield as well. No daft songs about poverty, just singing about their own team, says Alan. Yeah. Yeah.
Always nice if opposition fans don't go down the dickhead route immediately.
Absolutely. Norman, the Anfield Rap, Redmond TV, Jason McAteer and the SOS are all up their owner's arse. Yes, I know that. Jason McAteer, the self-professed legend. Terrible. They don't speak for me. I know more about our club than all of them put together. Frauds, all of them. Yep. Well said, Norman. Well said, mate. Anfield's crap, Redmond TV clowns, an FSG propaganda machine to make FSG look great owners to certain percent of our own fan base. Yeah, you're right. That's a good one. That's a good one. And about Nakalini 17, Nakalini, what a name. Arnie Slot, Ten Hag, Evil Twin. I said on someone's pod, I said, just threw a comment in, and I went like that. I said, Arnie Slot coming here. I said, isn't Ten Hag supposedly the best Dutch manager? And we're getting this fella who's way down the pecking order. And look what happened to Manchester United with the best Dutch coach, the best Dutch manager. Look at them. Jesus.
There was a film called Twins with Arnie in it, wasn't there? Arnie Schwarzenegger. Arnie and Twins. So that last comment, like, there's a couple of things in it.
Rich, I'm sorry, what? Say that again.
No, just saying about Naciolini's comment saying Arnie's evil twin. That's it. That's the one. Arnie's evil twin. I'm saying about Arnie Schwarzenegger's film Twins, where him and Danny DeVito were twins or something.
Yeah.
I think it's been like 5 years and turned it off when it came out years ago.
Yeah. I'm cracking that one. Well, I didn't like the film, but yeah. Danny DeVito was twin. Big Ann. Danny DeVito. Twins. TW, hello boys, the 8th o'clock online, absolute shocker for me. Yeah, everyone hates Yergi. Not us though. Not us here. We don't hate Yergi. You know, people forget what he's done. One fella on not mentioning the pod said, what's he done? What's he done this season? Look at us. He must have forgot a couple of months ago that we were down at Wembley winning a cup. He must have forgot about that. These people, man. Rapper wanted to sign Villa, Silva, and Aguero. What did you say?
Carabao Cup final seems decades ago now.
Yeah, that's how they forget, you see. They forgot also that Jurgen's won every trophy available in World Club football. He's won.
No, I know that about the Carabao Cup being seeming decades ago because the last few weeks
No,
have
I know what you mean, Lee. You don't have to
been
explain.
horrible. The last few weeks they've dragged so much that like the Carabao Cup final now seems about a year ago to me.
Yeah. Right, so the bonkers says Liverpool, hashtag Liverpool. Work in progress for the next coach. Talks on for hashtag slot. No issue on coach's side. He wants to join hashtag LFC, but no agreement yet with hashtag Feyenoord as they ask for an important compensation. I hope he leaves, actually. Slot and Carlyle as a Cagney and Lacey ring to it. Slot and Carlyle investigate that. And real names, Tyne Daly and Sharon Glass. Yes, yeah, you're spot on there. She just died, didn't she? Well, not just now, like, but recently died to Tyne Daly, unfortunately. Klopp is leaving with 2 years left of his contract. He always honours his contract. He is tired. Yes, he is tired of working with FSG. Of course, and he's loyal. Jurgen Klopp is loyal. So you've got to ask, why is he leaving? Why? And I'll tell you why. Because of Edwards. Edwards coming back. Pep Linder said, we knew last summer he was leaving. Jurgen was leaving. Because in January we'll say, oh no, he's leaving. He said it in November. No. So you've got to ask why. And as soon as he walked through that door, Edwards, I'm going now. I'm going now. Forget me contract. Bellingham first choice was LFC. Thank you, Steve. He waited and waited for FSG to make the bid. Bid never came. He joins Madrid. FSG not signing Bellingham was the last straw for Klopp. That's why he's leaving. And a couple of other things, Edwards as well. So you, Steve, are so right. And it's about time that someone besides myself is saying this. And Norman and everybody else, to be honest. And everybody else. And there you go. LFC, thanks, mate. TW, that's the same lad you asked who is Liverpool's best right back, and he said Rob Jones and Steve Finnan. Not bad. I didn't mind Steve Finnan. I think he was underrated. I think he was underrated. Frank, that EIC owner, ended up being really dodgy. He kidnapped his own daughter. Why isn't he in jail? Sheikh Maktoum. Maybe she wanted to marry me. And he said,
he's not from Khartoum, is he, originally?
What?
He's not from Khartoum, is he, originally?
Who?
Sheikh Maktoum, Khartoum. Khartoum just sounds a little bit like
Maktoum from Khartoum.
Khartoum in Sudan, isn't it? Like, it was a massive hub for the Arabs, wasn't it, Khartoum, back in the day, like?
Right. More sold to Tom and Jerry because their bid was 5 million more than DIC and Tom and Jerry. hoodwinked more into selling without loads of promises. No, I'll just give you why Tommy Smith told me, and he was David Moses' mate. And John Keat was sitting there like that, but he knew the score. He's just going, as he was telling me, he's going, that's true. So I got off from the horse's mouth wine.
So Moore's petty pride got in the way.
Yeah. I seen David Moores in Hope Street. And I went over, I said, David, why? And he just went, he was having a cigarette outside the restaurant. I went, big mistake. Big mistake. And then shook his hands and said, I'm getting off. And he went, lad, I know we've made a mistake. Came out in the echo, didn't he? And said, I'm sorry. Said to the fans, I'm sorry. Made an apology in the Liverpool Echo. But mind you, no Scouser would have seen that. The old Fugitive series, Richard Kimball used to be on a Friday night on BBC Two.
Yeah, I love that one.
Crap and Crutty. Yeah, it was good. Yeah.
David Jansen.
Yeah, David Jansen. And you know what? There was always a girl at the end, and I used to be sitting there like that going, you think he'd just sneak off with her, or bring her with him?
Do you want to know what I watched before? I watched the film before for today. Well, I watched half of it yesterday, and I tried to watch half of it then, but I got halfway through the second half. It was a dangerous man, Steven Seagal, and he is a very dangerous man. He was locked up wrongly at the beginning, but he was
I will watch films like that. I will watch films.
Special forces, and someone tries to rob his wife, and she gets out of his car, and he's there though, and he comes just as the guy's trying to rob his wife, and he chases him, and he duffs him up, but he doesn't kill him, and someone kills him after he's got off, and he goes to jail for it. And then when he gets out, he's after the bank coppers and there's Chinese gangsters, and shit just keeps sticking to him and that, like, and he's getting deeper and deeper into it with his guns and that, and legging it round. The old Steven Seagal fella. A dangerous man, and that he is, because he was locked up wrongly at the beginning when he was very young still.
To be honest, like, would you advise anyone to watch it? Would you recommend it?
Yeah, if you like guns and that and people getting killed, like, because that's all films are, like Steven Seagal ones. It's always the same story, basically. Yeah, but like,
why you watch them, honest. Anything to do, you know where it's got, and it gives you the little summary, and it goes like a fella, special ops, veteran special ops, finds that his wife is, being maltreated or murdered, or his brother being let me finish, or someone in town, doing all these things in town. Once it mentions special ops, you know the ending. And the way I see special ops fellas today, American special ops, so phony. And I mean the real things, so phony. Been watching them. Well, I don't want Edwards at our club. He spat his dummy out. FSG go back to him. More power, and he comes back. No thanks. I don't want him, says Norman. I've stopped going on other podcasts. The content makers and the live comments do my head in. It makes my blood boil, says Paul Turner. Absolutely, Paul. Never mind Eric Ten Hag. Eric the 7 and 7 Hag, 7-0. I just don't rate Dutch managers. Neither do I. Even Everton sacked one.
The only one I've seen in Britain is Higgins took over Chelsea when they were good and managed to win them the league in like 20-something.
Rafa also wanted to sign Jovovic from Fiorentina. He went to City because FSG were trying to get him cheap. Panov. Afternoon, Frank in chat. Are you Panov? Panov. I remember you saying something is not right in the summer with regards Klopp. So I think you had an idea he was going to announce his departure. Am I right, Frank? Yes. Yes. My daughter knows loads, believe it or not. Loads. She says to me, don't say nothing, Dad. I said, so I can't really tell you anything. I couldn't even say last night to that K-Mac fella. Couldn't say anything when he went Bellingham wanted to go to Real Madrid. Oh, Jesus Christ, I have to listen to that garbage. So you're right there, Norman. I did say that. I did. Thank you. LFC best right backs: Phil Neal, Steve Nicol. Yes.
Country mile.
But they are the best. But Steve Finnan was underrated. Not saying he was as good as them, but he did the job. He did the job. Would you agree with that, Lee?
Defo.
Wasn't we in for Naby Fekir? I wonder what really happened there. Yeah, says Paul Turner. Yes, he was great. He has a Liverpool shirt on and everything. And then again, the plug was pulled, and the spin came out that he was always injured. He's got an injury. A couple of weeks later, when the season started, he played every game. He played the full season. And that's when people started to pick up. And they go, hang on, there's something wrong here, with this spin about Naby. So you're right there, lad. You're right there, Paul. Frank, my brother told me last June that Klopp wants us out because of the Bellingham saga. Yeah, as I said, there are a couple of things that came from someone behind the scenes at LFC. I was doing the rounds back then. Yeah, and as soon as and Edwards, as soon as Edwards went to club the other day or the other week and went in, that's when Liverpool started, because Klopp just said, I've had a fuck enough of this. Him in the coming around Anfield. It's like if I bought a house, or anyone else for that matter, not me. Anyone else? No. Yeah, can we buy the house? Yeah, okay, I'll sign here. And then in the afternoon, you go and bring your family up, say, yeah, and knocking on the door and just barging in and saying, yeah, look, this will be your room, this will be, with the owners still in there. And it hasn't gone through yet. The payment for the house. He should have stayed away until Jürgen left. Does anybody agree with that? He should have stayed away, not barge in and back. That's what it sounds like to me. Steve says, Frank Lee, you ever watched the Twilight? Yeah.
Incessantly.
It was great, the Twilight. Yeah. Another good film is Innocent Man, starring Tom Selleck. Yeah, that was good, that.
Yeah, I like that.
It was a TV film. And he's an innocent man, isn't he? They're all innocent, aren't they? They all get let out.
I've got to tell you, where my mind goes to Tom Selleck in that way they show him, the Hispanic guys had his arms tied behind his back or something, and he's thrown in to be by all of them going,
Yeah.
give me even that, like, and the fella goes to Tom Selleck, that'll be you soon unless you give me the money or whatever it was he was saying to him. And Tom Selleck has to get him, doesn't he? He gets him with a knife.
Yeah. Yeah. He had to show that he wasn't afraid of his boss or everything. But that doesn't happen in real life, you know. You go in there and there's them bullies, you cower. But, you know, it doesn't happen in real life. There's loads of people in there who are innocent. One fella, was it last year? DNA, he's innocent and he came out after 32 years. Jeez. So it doesn't happen overnight and you get set free and you're all right. It doesn't happen. Phil Rayleigh and Steve Nicol are the best. Phil Rayleigh and Steve Nicol are the best fullbacks of that. Yes. Quantum Leap, I used to like. Yeah, I used to like that. Did you? That was good. It was unusual. And the time tunnel. The time tunnel. He used to end up. That was mad, that. Panov. I also heard it was because of the Bellingham saga due to Klopp personally speaking and convincing due to come for months on it and that we were waiting on him, etc. Then FSG wouldn't pay up. Thank you, Panov. Yes. So the truth is coming out, finally. I've been saying it for months. I've been saying it. And people are starting to, I'm not saying you, Panov, I'm not saying you, Norman, or Steve, I'm not saying you lads, honestly, and the other lads as well, because, you know, other people need to wake up to these bloody people, these spin doctors. You really do. It's really annoying. James Kolchak, yeah, about USA newspaper report, yeah. TV said, good, Night Stalker, one with the vampire was great. Darren McGavin, his name was. Do you ever remember Kolchak? No.
Don't think so.
Do you ever remember the series, The Night Stalker?
Don't think so.
No. Well, Darren McGavin was, you know, he starred in both of them. Hi, Frank and Lee, mate. I hope all is well. My guy says LRFC. Thank you. Is that realist? No. Is it realist? No. It's Fozzy. Oh, Fuzzy.
Fuzzy, mate.
Hey, Fuzzy. You should have been coming on my show and you never let me know. Should have been, because I was expecting you. And you didn't let me know. All right, Fuzzy, says Norman. Yes, Norm, my guy. There you go. Chris Lawler says, yeah, right back. It is a night for them. It is a special night for them. Frank Carlyle, Scouse, mate. I've got tickets here, funny enough. They're all like printed out.
Arbeloa was off Swanee for a while when we first got Arbeloa.
He was all right, Arbeloa. And I've got tickets. Me and like, I had a paranormal night, you know. I'll tell you what it was called, the full title. It was, what was it called? Something like Hauntings, St. George's Hall. And it was at a Christmas. It was great. Me and J.K. Steve says, Frank, FSG bring in an average manager. This forces our best players to leave this summer. and FSG get what they want, money from sales. And cheapos back in. Phil Neal and Steve Nicol are the best fullback I've seen at Liverpool. Then Marcus Babbel, Steve Finn and Trent Double. You know what? I'm glad you bonkers. You mentioned Steve Finn and also Marcus Babbel. Glad you mentioned those. Paul Sarah, Shumania, another Jürgen wanted, but we didn't get because the money wasn't there. And if you remember the spin that he wanted to
I've just got to nip downstairs to see if these are the workmen to fix the door at the bottom. I'll be back in a minute.
Barry Venison was a decent right back, always steady performer, not top draw, but never let us down. Yeah, you forget about him. You forget about him, Norman. And came back. Big up. I'm 9 seasons into the X-Files. It's crazy how much that show has predicted the future. Yeah. I always remember someone saying, it was a TV critic actually, and came out and said that he brought George Orwell into that particular series. He said it's like a it's like a Orwellian visionary book. That's what he said. Like looking into the future. That's a good point, that actually. It's correct of that. I said came back. Oh, I forgot. Alan Kennedy, Barney Rubble. No one forgets Barney Rubble. No one forgets him, bonkers. I forgot Barney Rubble. And if an average manager comes in, we get off to a poor start. That is mid-table, end of December 2024. Top clubs will target our best players in January 2025. And K-Mac, he says, looks like 40 backroom staff that work for Klopp are leaving too. Yeah, we were mentioning that before. Edwards wants anyone connected to Klopp gone. They really did fall out. I've said that all along. I've said it all along. And that's why as soon as, we walked back into the club, he went, and that's when we dropped. As soon as he walked in, the big I'm back. And Klopp looked at him. Yeah, and that was it. And I always remember it was around the time he walked back into the club and someone said he doesn't look the same. And I'm talking about Klopp on the sideline. It doesn't look the same, or he was in his press conference and he didn't. He just looked, get this over with now. Get out. Alan Kennedy was left back.
Never got a look in for England.
Yeah, Alec Lindsay, yeah, he was a decent left back. And he was mad, actually. Could have a go. Could Alex Lindsay. I like Richard Widmark acting, mate. Richard Skidmore, yeah. He always played a baddie. I remember in some black and white film noir, and he plays a psychopath. He's only young, and he plays this, and he played it brilliantly. You would be frightened of him. You know, that's it. And that smile.
I was right about that being the workman in his van outside. I could hear some banging outside, so I went and investigated, and he's down there doing some workman type stuff with the front door and the gate.
Well, out of them, Steve, till death us do part and sickness and health. Mind your language was brilliant. Barry Evans was the teacher. Do you know what happened to him, Lee? Barry Evans, the teacher in Mind Your Language.
He ran off with the French student.
Not in real life. I was at that off with her myself. You know what her name was?
I don't know what happened to him, but I did buzz off him in that when I was a little boy, and I was really little when that was on.
Do you know what her name was? Real name, by the way.
No.
Françoise Pascal. She was really French.
Oh, yeah, I remember now, yeah. I do remember her name now, yeah, Francoise Pascal.
And did you know what happened to Barry Evans in real life?
No.
You know the teacher in it?
Mm-hmm.
Don't you know?
No.
He became a taxi driver because all the work was dried up and everything. Became a taxi driver and he was stabbed to death for his fare.
Really?
I wouldn't tell you that. I don't tell lies.
Bloody hell. I didn't think anything that bad of that. I thought you'd say he drifted into some really low.
Yeah. But that's what happened to the poor lad. For his fare. Stabbed him to death. Like that Dirty Jen, wasn't it? You know, he kills a fella. He kills a taxi driver for money in Germany. Did you know that?
Yeah, Leslie Grantham, yeah.
Murderer. Anyway, Panascos, I think that's also why FSG went in big on Casino to make it look exactly as said it at the time. Take no notice of all this. This is a load of bollocks. Because Bowley and John Henry are mates. Do us a favour, will you, do that, pretend that we're there. No one could see it. Full well, Casino wanted Chelsea and wouldn't come anyway. Good PR on their behalf. Good spin on their behalf. Pano. Good spin, mate. And K-Mac. Ezra's first sign and Pancho, massive 22-year-old defender from Frankfurt. Never heard of him. Pancho. Massive 22-year-old defender. Is he a left back? Or a centre half or a right back? I don't know. Peter Davis, do you think, boys, Netflix? No, that's got nothing to do with it. Because he knew that he was leaving and he didn't want to be associated with it. As Pep Linders said when he came out, let the cat out the bag. We're all loyal. When he was asked, you want to be, are you throwing your hat in the ring about Liverpool manager? He said, no. We're all loyal to Jurgen. And we knew last summer he was leaving. And you take no notice of what anyone tells you. It's because of Edwards coming back. And FSG orchestrated it. Because he had too much power. Klopp. All the fans are on his side. And the way it's going now, and people are calling Klopp for everything, and I'm talking about fans, it's wrong. It's wrong what he's done for us. What he's done, everything. He put Liverpool on up there, right on the top of the pile. And they're calling him. Wait till you see next season. Wait till you see next season.
I mean, it looks like Guardiola's going to take his sixth title in 7 seasons.
As I said last night on the show, my pod, I said, I support my team, always have done, always will do. I won't support Edwards. I will not support him. And I will never, ever support the owners. I've always said that. And this Edwards has come back. The genius who never was. Yeah, I won't support him, but I'll get behind my team. I've never heard one fucking thing on any pod saying, get behind the team. I'm the only one who says it. Get behind the team.
Oh, yeah.
Steve, Mission Impossible films, all great. Yeah, yeah, absolutely. I like I like Cruise, and he does his own stunts. Someone being dragged across the floor there, like, floor.
Drilling, there's drilling going on downstairs, like with the some fixing business going on.
Frank Lee, what Shooter, great film.
Yeah, I've seen that one. Yeah, it's good. That.
This is a real honest LFC podcast with real life topics. We should be talking about films. Say, Steve, this is a reality show. A little film gets mentions in between, like what you say there.
It all blends into one seamless narrative arc.
And Margaret was a good looker in it. Oh, yeah.
Unbelievable,
yeah. And she looks good now, She really looks good now.
You can imagine, yeah, I can imagine it.
Scottish Bay, and all the senior players know it. I can see a massive exodus with senior players in the next 12 months with Edwards back. Absolutely, Scottish Bay, absolutely. Frank and Lee, I've got a name for you. Roy Kinnear, brilliant. Absolutely brilliant, Roy Kinnear.
His son, Roy, is good actor.
Yeah, yeah. You know what we Roy Kinnear died, don't you?
Heart attack.
Oh, you're brilliant. How did you know that? You've got vision, haven't you? Have you got a little crystal ball there? No, he died. A horse fell on him, making, the Three Musketeers.
Yeah.
He went around the cobbles, and he had to steer the horse, and the horse slipped, and he fell, and the horse fell on him, killed him. Did you know that? No, you didn't.
I may have heard it years ago, forgot it, but I don't think I ever have. I think that's the first time I've heard that. Pretty sure.
Cedric Lopez, big up Frank and Lee. I think that once Klopp said he was leaving, they were trying in the beginning to help him win the trophies, but now as it gets nearer, they can't be bothered because they are worried. Oh, that's a good comment. That. They can't be bothered. And they can't. They can't. See what Liverpool have gone through from VAR to referees, because that referee last night was, I know we got paid, I'm not bothered about that now. That referee was shocking. And Everton falling over, everything just falling.
Yeah.
Getting fouls, left, right, and centre. But the referee was shocking. And no, Jurgen can't be bothered anymore. can't be bothered. Good show, Cedric. Paul Cheney, great video of Tommy Smith. He got interviewed after the League Cup final defeat of 78, and Barry Davis asked him about the penalty Forrest got. He replied, the ref should be shot. And you can't say things like that now today. What will happen to them? To who, Cedric? To who? Norman, myself, Frank, and Frank's mate Tommy said on the day of Casino News that bit was BS. Yes, thank you. I did on the day I said it. It's a load of bollocks. And people just go, oh no, we're going after us. Great Casino. And when we never got him, they was going, oh my God, we never got him. And it was a load of spin by the owners just to say, you know, oh, look, we're going after an over £100 million player with no intention of buying him. Look at Andre in the summer. We could have had him for 24 million or something, and we wouldn't pay it. He said, no, wait till the January. We tried to get him in the January. Central mid. No, he isn't. The DM tried to get him, and I watched him for months, and he was brilliant. He reminded me so much of Javier Mascherano. Never got him. Wonder why we didn't get him. Was it Jürgen? Don't think so. We wanted him. Frank Lee, do you think FSG should release a documentary of Klopp leaves?
Why it's scheduled to come out before he leaves? Or is that what Steve's saying? Is it scheduled to come out before he leaves, like during the season? And he's saying, should he leave it?
No, after Klopp leaves. He's saying.
Yeah, well, that's probably when it'll come out anyway. If it's only being made now, yeah, it'll be after he's gone. Yeah, I'm not asked. I'll never see it, like, you know what I mean? I've never seen anything in my life.
Driller Killer in the background doing away with neighbours. I like the old, Margaret Rutherford's Agatha Christie's, Murder at the Gallop and all that. Fantastic.
Great actress, Margaret Rutherford. And
then there were none. Brilliant. There's one with Barry Fitzgerald's in. Then there were none. Fantastic. 10 Little Indians. Brilliant. But he had to change it, didn't he? Because you can't name things now the way it is. And then there were none. Panov, that film Driller Killer. Terrible shit. No. Driller Killer. Does anybody ever like the Scream franchise? Some screwing going on and leave.
There always is, mate. There always is. The Scream franchise, I didn't watch it. I've never seen any of them. I've just seen the bit that there was a mask and everything, and that some people were in it. That's all I know about the Scream franchise. Never have seen one.
Here's a good comment. Frank, my brother was a stuntman. I was on the set of Jackie Chan's Police Story in 1986. He truly is the stunt god. Absolutely. I seen him in a film. It was a big guy, big building, tall building. Tall to me anyway. And he's looking up and he sees this head, on a veranda, like a glass thing veranda. And or balcony, if you want to be posh, a balcony. But anyway, a veranda to us. And Baranza's Italian, by the way. Did you know that? Anyway, he looked up and he seen this head, just a quick head, just like that. And he runs up. There's another building next to it, and it's like an alley. And he runs up it. He goes up like that, jumps to the other, and goes up like that. Goes up, and he gets to that, and he knows exactly where the balcony is to get over, to leap over. It was an incredible stunt. What he did, unbelievable. That's what I was used to be like coming home from a Saturday night out. Do we need to bring in the new version of the boot room back to the club? New managers should look at our club's history and use the formula that our great managers used to win all these trophies. That'll never happen again. I remember Souness saying that was one of the worst things he did by getting rid of the boot room.
He tried to move too quickly, didn't he, Souness? He did some all right stuff with the diet and that, but he tried to change things very quickly, not just the squad, but the way he did everything, and come unstuck.
He fucked everything up, mate.
Come unstuck in record time. He couldn't have done a worse job to do as in Souness, after carrying that.
Once he saw Beardsley, that was it. Cedric says the players are probably worried what will happen to them after Klopp leaves. Look, 2 weeks, was it last week or the week before? I'm not quite so sure now. I think it was just last week. Last week, that's all. When Trent came out and said, Klopp did everything for me. That's what I am now. And I said at the time, don't be surprised that Trent will go. And someone commented on the pod. And someone commented, why do you say that? He's a scouser, he won't leave. He won't leave.
I'm up for it if it yields transfer cash.
Yeah. If you think that someone's coming in and you don't listen, I've been in a profession where there was Jack the lads coming in. Jack the lad thought that day. Alright, I'm the boss. One of those. This fella, he used to be like this all the time. Like the way girls pose, getting the selfies and photographs taken like that. That's what this fella was like. He used to talk to you and go, well, this is what we have to do, Frank. I should say, what are you doing that for? He went, doing what?
Frankie Howard, was it?
It could have been incarnation. And he was and he bullied everyone. Not bullied me. Bullying everyone.
Frankie Howard, eh?
He was horrible. Didn't bully me. No, Cedric won't be played, mate. Won't be played. He's not part of it anyway, so we won't be worrying. Lay right about the slot story. It's all porky. It's all porky. Not everyone will have the patience Klopp had to work with the players. Cedric, yes. Good comment. Really, not everyone will have the patience Klopp had to work with players. Klopp had to mould them into great players because some of the players that he wanted were unbelievable. As he said, didn't he? He finally came out and said If I would have had Shumani and Bellingham, it would have been the perfect team. That's what he said. And he only said it, was it last week or the week before? Well, whenever it was, anyway. Alec Guinness was great from the past. I used to like his films. Panov loved him. Loved him. One of the greatest actors of all time was Alec Guinness. He could play anything. He could play comedy. He could play drama. He could play everything. Thriller, everything. Alec Guinness. And his, his early films where he played comedy, absolutely brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. Funny.
Dealing comedies. I
Yeah.
watched Midnight for this months ago, The Man in the White Suit.
Oh, absolutely. Isn't that brilliant?
Yeah, I enjoyed that.
What was the one where he was a rent man or a debt collector or something like that? An insurance man. And Petunia Clark was in it. That was another cracking film. It's funny. But he was gentle, he was nice in it, and he was helping people, giving them advice. Oh, it was really good. And he became mayor at the end. And everyone loved him. And I loved him. But you've got to get onto the Willie films, lads and girls. No girls in. But lads, Willie, More Marriott, unbelievable films that'll have you rolling. You ever watch that is The Young Ones? Bottom. I never liked it. It wasn't my type of humour, Steve. It wasn't my Rick Mail and them all. No, it wasn't my type of humour. It really wasn't.
I loved it, but like I'm younger, aren't I? So
Yeah, well, all right, don't be saying that. You're younger.
well, sometimes it doesn't. Time can be the thing with like maybe. I was only little. It wasn't little. It was about 10 when that come out.
I was younger. Okay. No, I didn't like. The likes of Faulty Towers, Rising Damp. Come on. I never ever liked Steptoe either. Never liked that. Never liked that. I bet you loved it. Oh, there's lovely Jean. Frank, have you got any history talks or tours coming up in the next few weeks? Yeah, I've got a couple coming off. I had to cancel the one I had in a couple of weeks on the 8th. I had to cancel it for some reason. So, but that was like wasn't in Liverpool. But yeah, keep your ears out, Ian. I've got a couple of coaches. Freaking hell, I forgot to mention it. At the end, I think it's in the 20s. It'll be on a Thursday. I've got a coach tour, Liverpool, and they're very popular. Everybody loves them. We stop for lunch and all that, So if you want to do that, Ian, it's a coach tour. I don't know. It'll be on a Thursday, but it'll be in the 21st, 22nd, 23rd. I just don't know. But I think it'll be more to the end of May next month. So I've got that coming up, coach tour. If you fancy it, let me know. Natalie Woodsett, Robert Wagner, dodgy as hell. That was Frankie killed her. Simple as that. I was watching a detective and he was talking about it. He said the case is still open against Wagner. That's what he said. He rather than saying he killed her, like me, he did kill her. Ends up. Hey, Frank Lee in chat. Jackie was trained by an acrobat of a circus. The goat. Yeah, Jackie Chan she's talking about. If you've ever heard of Spring-Heel Jack, I've given a story about it. Spring-Heel Jack. And he had something to do with the circus. And he started off here, by the way. But I'm not going into it now. Classic Stoves, Steve. Comedy gold, says Paul T. I always felt when Kenny left in 91, Steve Highway would have been more suited to take over with the young players like McManaman or Fowler coming through, down to him. Yeah, because he was their manager, wasn't he? He brought them through. He brought them all through, all these youngsters. The likes of Michael Owen, everyone. So you're right there, no? Last Orders with Michael Caine, Bob Hoskins, Tom Courtenay, and Helen Mirren. It was a good film. Last Orders. I like Helen Mirren. I think she's a very, yeah, she's nice. And Bob Hoskins, Tom Courtenay, another great actor. I've never really, got into that Michael Caine, to be honest. He was good in, the likes of Zulu and Get Carter. He's good in that. Everton have booked their parade for the 28th of May. So Steve on Facebook. That's what I'll block them.
Yeah, that's hardly a joke. They will be planning some form of parade, I'm sure, because this is as good as a trophy for them. After what, 30 years now? It's been 30 years since they've had any trophy of any sort. And I could see that. I could see that defo.
And the Scottish Bear says Jackie Chan was trained in Peking Opera. He was famous as a child with 6 other performers named the Seven Little Fortunes. I say Becca should have stopped both goals, says Steve. You said that, didn't you, Lee?
Mm-hmm.
Should have saved the first one, yeah, I'll give you that.
Yeah.
Liverpool needs continuity, not clearing out. I hope Edwards gets it. He won't get it. He won't get it, mate. Now, title charge is over. Play some of the kids the last 4 games. At least they will show more fight than some of our first team players. Could do. Goodbye, Mr. Chips. Yeah, great film with Robert Donut.
Mm-hmm.
Robert Donut. The Lavens and Ilmov was great. They were Robert posing as musician and Ghost guest host. Yeah, you're right, Up. You're right there, Panov. Brilliant. Herbert Lom was in. Herbert Lom. Oh, fantastic film. Hermione and Robbers in this old lady's house. So funny. Alec Guinness. FSG sacked Kenny because they knew Kenny. That's right, lads. You're right, Steve. He had too much power. Then the spin came about Kenny. You're so right, lads. Get in there. Nice one. You should have been playing for us. We might have scored in the Onion Bank. Get in, as they say. Nice one, Frank. Thank you, Ian. Yeah, that's for the tour, by the way. The Lady Killers was one of the greatest films ever made. Alec Guinness, Peter Sellers, yes, pure genius. The Lady Killers. No one could beat Sellers, could they either? I remember he was in a like prison, David Lodge, and he was going, David Lodge, do you ever remember that fella Spikey? He was in a couple of cells down the Lansing, and he went, yeah. He said, well, whatever happened to Spikey? He said, he dug a tunnel. He said, Spikey dug a tunnel. He said, go away, did he? And what happened to him? He said, God knows. God knows. Like that, and just carries on with that. God knows. So fat, Josh. Oh, brilliant. What did you think of Raquel Welch? Are you having a laugh? What did you think of Raquel Welch? Oh, blimey. I'm telling you, what did I think of her? Oh. I'm not even sure Sabozo is fit to lace Charlie Adams. I don't say Charlie Adams. Charlie Adams. Yusuf says Adam was way better than he is. That's how bad then Sabozo is. Oh. Oh, yeah. Not to beat a team at home for 14 years is a joke. Everton were known as the Mersey Millionaires in the 50s. That's when Shanks said Liverpool are the people's club. Everton then dropped that slogan under Moyes. Yet they did. They looked off the Shanks. He said it. We're the people's club. They were the Millionaires club and we were the people's club. Because people's is a socialist. I'm a socialist, as you all know. There's a socialist slogan for the people, by the people. And Kay says, top of the table only 2 weeks ago, you're going to be spot on here. Everyone thought the players coming back will push us to the title. They have done the opposite. Absolutely. Absolutely, K-Mac. I only brought that up because you mentioned Margaret. Who, me? I never mentioned her, did I? Did I mention her? No, I wouldn't mention Margaret. She wasn't on my mind. I see through FSG lies and deceit. I'm no village idiot. I have to tell you this. Got to tell you this. I went to, I've only ever been to Benidorm once, and it was a stag night. It was for Managerial, and I wouldn't go there. I'm not a snob or anything, far from it. I said, I'm not going there, Benidorm. And John phoned me, because Jared said to me, listen, do you fancy going? So I said, I wouldn't go there, no chance. So I had John phone me up, and he said to me, Uncle Francis, come just to keep me dad and Liam, company. Please come along. Go, because it was this stag night, that stag party. And I went, all right. So he's made up because Liam, cracking fella. He was, like around our age and he had all his mates. And anyway, we went to Benidorm. I might tell you again what happened. Okay, I'll tell you now. And what it was, me and our kids and Leah, they were all in bed. Every one of them were in bed. This is in the daytime. They stayed out till like 8 o'clock in the morning and all got back to the hotel and they all went to bed. These were all young lads. They just clubbed it all the time. And anyway, me and our kids were sitting there. We was having a bevy. And in came, like, this is the outsider. And there was this lad and this girl. This girl was stunning. Absolutely stunning. And she was with this fella. And they said, oh, blimey. And they were holding hands, so we knew they were together. We knew that they were a couple. And he was like that, kissing her on the cheek, doing all this. And I said, what's she doing with him? And here's what our kid said. He said, I bet you she comes from a small village and he's the most handsome. And I said, oh, behave yourself. He said, I'm telling you. So a couple of days later, we seen them. And we seen her, and then she was on her own. Not like deliberate. I think the fellow went for the ice cream or something. And we were talking to her. And I said, well, where are you from? And she said, you won't know the place. So why? She said, because it's a tiny little village. It's a tiny little village in Somerset. And she named the place. I never had it. I said, well, how many live there? She went, less than 100 people now. I just looked at her, Jared, well, I told you, didn't I? And she said, what do you mean you told her? She said, oh, not love, they wouldn't know this village of yours. And that's a true story. Our kids, he must be the handsomest fella in the village. That's why she was with us. She was a stunner, honestly. Everton are known as the Bank of England club. We're known as the Bank of England club, yes. In the 1930s, says Yusuf, Raquel Welch would have given a Frank was also, and I will stop it. Stop it. Well, I'm going to finish now because Lee's gone. I think he's gone for a shower. No, he's got a swimming pool, hasn't he? It's in the front. And I think he's going for a swim, he said. He said, I'll finish early, Frank. I said, okay. So what we'll do, people, I'm supposed to have a pod tonight. If we have one, fine. It's all set up to go tonight. So if there's one tonight, which will be at 8 o'clock, I'll see you all then. Thank you so much for joining me this morning on the film, TV, and football bloody show. So
sorry, I had to get off. The workman's downstairs doing it. I just had to check on them, like the workman down at the bottom.
Oh. That's all right. Should have just said. It's your fault, Frank, for mentioning stunning women. I never mentioned. Who did I mention? Did I mention any stunning women?
Yeah. I was missing for the last 5 minutes, sorting the workman out, or inquiring what was going on.
Bootle's answer to Barry Noah.
That's me.
And there's a stunning lady. I must have mentioned her. Have a great day, Frank. See you later. Big up, Lee.
Cheers, Gene.
And Margaret. Gene, yeah, I'll give you the text later on. I'll give you the text within the half hour, okay. Anyway, that's just for me for the day. Until tonight, hopefully. And I'll... Thanks, Lee.
Cheers, mate. I did well to stay. I've been awake since last night. You know what I mean? I've been awake all day yesterday and through the night, and now I'm like, I'll be going to bed soon, like for a few hours, but I'll set my phone to get me up, like.
Yeah. Do you feel sick or anything?
No, I feel all right. I am tired now, though, like, after being up all night, like.
You do get tired. I've been up since early. I always get up early. If I went to bed, say like whatever time, say like 4 o'clock, for example. No, say 5 o'clock, yeah, 4 o'clock, and it takes me ages to get to sleep. I always wake up at 7 o'clock in the morning. Always. And that's like from, my working days. Always wake up. No matter how many, and lack of sleep, lack of hours, whether it's You said she looks good now, and Margaret. Yeah, she looks fantastic, to be honest, for her age. Great pod, Frank and Lee, says Steve. Thank you, Steve.
Cheers, Steve.
See you later, Frank and Lee. Have a good day. Great podcast quality, content. Cheered me up.
Cheers, Paul.
I think what you'll have to do is go down to those little villages. You might get yourself a little woman. Working on Lee's swimming pool. Yeah, told you. It's got a fantastic. It's not quite an Olympic-sized swimming pool. And sometimes.
Do you know what I did once? I went out in the back garden and painted a really large blue rectangle on the back lawn, so people going overhead in aeroplanes and looking down might think I have a swimming pool.
That's fantastic. Well, what about your swimming pool that you've got, and you bring your horses in for a drink and let them swim sometimes, innit?
My swimming pool ain't real. It was just me being a dickhead painting a large blue rectangle on the back lawn. It would look like the swimming pool though if you were looking down from really high above.
I've not commented, but I've been still watching. Big up and stay safe, says Colin Dykes.
Cheers, Colin.
Oh, brilliant. Thank you, Colin. Hit the like, or I will knock you all out. We don't accept violence on our show. No. Hit the like, so I'll knock you all out. But anyway, it's for me to say, I'll see you later, hopefully. Okay, thank you so much. See you later, Jane. Okay, thank you. Mille grazie. Thanks, Lee. See you later, mate. Is that okay?
Yeah, sounds.